What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Before We Leave. This is episode 2 of the series of where we end up trying to build a civilization from scratch on an island that we have no idea of what to do, and we have to figure out how to get to all the resources, new islands, and colonize the world. Last time we left off with trying to build some new places around the island when that was the school. So the footage actually corrupted for about 60 seconds in this video clip. The audio ended up getting all jumbled up and robotic. So for the next 60 seconds, you can enjoy some of this overly hyped music for a very passive summary of what was actually going on. And I will see you in about 60 seconds for the rest of this episode. Hopefully our actual warehouse is actually going to be storing some of the stuff. Looks like we're using a lot of wood for all these builds here and there, so it turns out it's going to be used really frequently, so we might end up building another woodcutter if need be. We can actually do that real quick, and it looks like we're going to need another one, so we can go get a woodcutter from back here. That's an explorer's hut. We can get a woodcutter back here. We can get another one built. Just so we can have two right here. We'll get a second one. Why not? Just so we have the resources coming in. It shouldn't be too much of an issue. Again, it's just some basic resources that we can be building. And once we get the wood coming in from this builder hut too, we'll be able to, or this woodcutter will be able to increase the amount of resources we have, especially in a storage. In our warehouse storage, which would be really helpful because when we get to another island, we're going to want to make sure we have as many resources as possible, so we have all the abilities to start building a new huts, new woodcutters, and start getting all kinds of resources everywhere we go. Another thing I kind of researched is that we're going to need some different kinds of green research. Turns out we're going to need red research is a component in this game, which we can get from exploring, so we're going to do a bit more than we anticipated for at first. So it looks like we're going to have to build this boat before we do anything too serious, and once we get it built, we'll be able to move on to getting out and getting another island. So I will see you when the boat is built, and we will go on from there. Alrighty, so our boat just got finished being rebuilt, repaired, however you want to phrase it. So it looks like we have this boat right here. It's called Hermes. We can always rename it, but we'll just keep it for that. So for now, we're going to move outward, and we're going to try and see if we can explore a bit. I think I'm going to move a bit left first, since we have a lot of territory over here. Or a lot of our residential stuff is built over here, so I do want to see if there's anything that we can put nearby, so our peeps would be able to kind of live on the coastline and see another one. So it looks like this is a bit of a sand thing. The air shimmers from the heat. Your ship has discovered a new island, but there's no lush grass to be found. It's a desert as far as the eyes can see. You've heard that the ancient humans once buried treasure in places like this, but you doubt any remains. You can grow nearly anything here, but only on fertile grass tiles. People who travel too far from the village will get fatigued. It's hot out there. They'll need to be appropriate clothing to prevent. Okay, so we'll come back to that in a moment. We're going to see if we can find another island that's not a desert for the moment. And it looks like we found some other stuff over here, which would be quite interesting to explore a bit later. So we'll see what that is. As we explore a bit, we're going to see if we can find another island. If we can find another one, that'd be really helpful. So it looks like there isn't anything quite interesting over here, so we do want to be careful. And see, it looks like we have some of that red research that we can get, and it's kind of unfortunate that it's pretty much all on grass, or not on grass, but it looks like we can just put our boat here for now. It looks like we have some highlands, and we can actually build some new components. So so far, let's see what we have written down. Alright, so discovery. You've discovered oil left behind by the ancients. You can harvest it for a new resource. So it looks like you've come across a new resource. So let's colonize this island real quick. We're going to place our hut, our shelter, for the moment. And another discovery. You discovered a new kind of ancient technology. It was once used to connect the entire planet. Gather it with your explorers to unlock new secrets of the ancients. So it looks like we have a lot of components here. We have another island. We can now toggle back and forth between these islands just by simply doing left and right. So we can see where we are originally and where we are right now. I did notice that we have a few empty slots working at a couple places. So just for now, I'm going to add a few more. I'm going to add a few more huts just so we have the people living here. We have the resources, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. And we will see what happens from there. In fact, we can actually put some huts. We'll throw one right there, and we'll actually throw one over here in the corners as well. Now that we have some huts placed, shouldn't be too much of an issue. We'll get some more people, and once the peeps grow up, they'll be able to start filling in some of these territories that aren't currently working, like no one's at the toolsmith, but we will want to get someone there eventually. We're going to jump back to the second island though, so we have a lot of stuff that we can research here. So we have oil that we want to get, and we have some of these new ancient technologies, so we can kind of get rid of that for now. And we can find where we colonized. So we colonized right here. This is our first port, so we're going to want to build a few things. Let's start by getting a road put down. So we can't really build the road going this direction, so we'll build it this way for now. And we'll build it going outward a bit. Once we have the road here, I would actually like to get an elevator placed nice and early, just so we can get that being built. But before we get anything, we're going to have to start from scratch as usual. Get a woodcutter placed nice and early on. We're actually going to expand the road a bit further, in fact, just so we have some more components. We'll throw the woodcutter down here on the side, just so we can start getting rid of some of these forests. We're going to demolish this forest, and it looks like we're going to have to demolish a few of these other things too. Let's see what we know about this oil. So it's a source of oil. It's no pollution. It's in the desert, so we're going to have to figure out what to do with this oil. And it looks like we have this ancient technology that we're going to figure out. It's red technology. So we're going to figure out what to do with this, how we can harvest it. And we might have to throw on another explorer's hut so we can start getting it. In fact, it says right here, no green technology available. So it looks like we're going to need some of that red technology next. So there's nothing left. So yeah, now that we've unlocked the red technology, a lot of these different components are available, so we can get new cooking, new shipping, pollution cleaners, and other things here and there. And it looks like we're going to have even new ones later on. So the first thing we're probably going to want to do is get some of this shipping advancement, some of the power and pollution. Those are probably going to be the first couple things I want to get done. Since they're all going to be used red technology, we're going to have to start with that, which is unfortunate. It's going to slow us down because we're going to have to start nice and early with getting our explorer's hut, but it looks like we can do that really quickly as well. So to get the explorer's hut, we're going to want to place that as soon as possible. We're just going to simply throw it over here next to the woodcutter, and we'll get a road getting built over here as well. And we'll get the library built right next to it, just so we have everything being built right next to each other. Kind of not a great idea to start building it right next to an oil spill, but you know, it'll have to do for now. We're going to need some peeps, which means we're going to have to get some huts built over here. So the first place we're going to probably want to place a hut is somewhere on the side, but it looks like we're going to put all of them over here just to make it a bit easier. So we're going to get a road that kind of extends all the way out here, just so we have a little bit of opportunity. So we're going to get this right here. We're going to get some huts built, one here, and we can definitely get some food planted as well, just so we have it ready to go. Get some food, and of course we need a well nearby, just so they can have food and water. We need these peeps to live and survive. Once they actually end up finished building it, we'll be able to move on from there. It looks like they're upset about something, so what do we have an issue of? This building's under construction. Peeps are resting from fatigue, so that's totally okay. We can let them rest. That's not going to be an issue as long as they end up resting a little bit faster. We'll actually put the game on 3 times speed just so we can speed up the rest. It seems like we can't do much about that other than let the game play out the process, and once it's done, it's done. So we have a woodcutter here, so we can immediately start demolishing some different components. We can demolish the forest over here just so we have some space. We can demolish this forest right in the middle and this forest on the side just so we have some room to work with. It shouldn't be too much of an issue, and we're going to want to get rid of some of this space as well nearby. I know we shouldn't be getting rid of this much, but overall, by getting rid of it, it's going to help us in the long run, so we'll have plenty of space to work with, and as long as we can build here, we'll be totally okay. We do want to get an elevator built as soon as possible. It looks like we can finally build an orchard, so we're definitely going to want to build that. We can build that right here somewhere. We'll throw it next to this farm for now, and it'll actually be interesting. We can throw one of those on the first island as well. So let's throw an orchard. Where do we want to throw an orchard? We can throw it right here. Oh, this island lacks the fertility needed for this field. Okay, so we can't actually plant an orchard on this first island, which is totally okay. But it makes a bit more sense why it was grayed out on the first island. So that won't be too much of an issue. We're going to actually have to figure out what to do. So in order to populate this island, don't forget you need a school. So we're going to need to get a school ASAP. So we want to get a school built nice and early. And it looks like we can build a school right here in the corner. It'll be near these huts. It looks like we're going to create a mini community down here on the bottom. And it looks like we're going to be mining for resources up here. I'm going to try and get all the quarry and the iron smelters as far away up on this highland or further back and away from these huts, just so the people don't have to deal with the pollution. And we'll throw some of the pollution cleaner eventually somewhere in the middle over here, just so it kind of deals with everything all together. The main thing we want here is to realize that we're going to need more workers. So since we have a few huts, we definitely want to get some more. So let's expand our road a little bit. So we're going to get the road going this way. So this tile is already occupied. So we're going to have to demolish all of this kind of stuff that's getting in the way of our build. And we're going to move towards bigger and better things by building our road outward. Place the road there and see what we can do. We're going to place another road there. And let's get a few more huts built in this community back here. And by demolishing some of this stuff, we can actually get another farm back here as well. So that will be nice to have. So it's okay if the people are resting from the community, but we do need more workers. We really, really do need to get more workers. And it looks like we can build another mini community on the other side. So if we get a road going this way, we're going to have to demolish a few things that are in the way. We can start by getting rid of this tree and get rid of some of this stuff in the way as well. So let's figure out what this actually is in the way. So this is just grass. It looks like we can't build here just yet, but we can build a road going around now. We can actually build a road here too. So that worked out in our favor. So now that this is out of the way, we can actually build further and further. And we're going to want to build another little community on the side over here. So once this finally gets demolished, we get a road here. We're going to build a few more huts on the side. We'll just throw one here, one here. We'll throw another road forward. We'll demolish some of this kind of pointless dead grass stuff, and we'll definitely want to throw a few more fields just so we have the food available for the people, just to make sure they don't get fatigued. And as long as we have enough people, it should not be much of an issue. So the main issue, as we can see, we initially had 8 people only, and now we have 14 people. So we're going to slowly increase our available people or peeps on this island, and we're going to slowly start conquering this island as well. The peeps are getting thirsty, so we're going to definitely want to throw a few wells around the island. So let's get some wells thrown down. So let's get a well thrown over here. Yeah, we'll make shipping better. We'll upgrade housing and power as well. just so we have all of that queued up, ready to go. And clothing is definitely going to be the main thing next, because we definitely need to make sure clothing is upgraded nice and early. We don't want to make that unfortunate mistake of making workers less efficient, so we'll definitely want to do that early on. It looks like this fatigue is definitely hurting the workers the longer they work here, and we're going to need to upgrade the clothing. Maybe it was a mistake to actually upgrade, so we can actually cancel the power upgrade. Yeah, we're going to cancel the power upgrade. We're going to wait to make sure we have enough. It looks like we have 81. Oh, it looks like we can't. We're going to have to do glass work. Okay. We're going to do glass work first, and then we're going to have to do clothing after that, which is totally okay. We'll figure that out one way or another. The interesting thing that we're going to have next is how many new upgrades we're going to have after this. So we'll slowly build this nice and slowly. We got a little community, we got a few orchards, a few wells, but we definitely want to get some of these upgrades available as well. I'm going to visit our first island, see how they're doing back here, and it looks like the Explorer's Hut, there's no green technology available. That's an issue, but it looks like we'll be doing the exploring on the other islands anyway, so let's see what we can do. The question is, we can actually upgrade now that we fixed the housing. So let's start by upgrading this mini community over here. We're going to upgrade a little bit on this house, and this house, and this house all at once, just so we have a few more upgraded huts near our kind of school community. And let's see what our discovery says. So you've started your first upgrade. Note that when a building is being upgraded, the demolition tool and button become cancel upgrade for that building instead of demolish. So we can't actually get rid of it while it's getting upgraded, which is totally okay. Just to see what we have left. So we can't actually upgrade it until we get a new research tool, which is totally understandable. We can work with that. Once we get, it's probably going to be one of these more advanced ones to upgrade it again. But now that we've got the houses up, that's understandable, and we can actually use it to advantage, make some of these a bit better. It's a house rather than a hut, and we're going to want to advance as much of it as possible since we have plenty of resources back on this island. As we saw, we have plenty in reserve, or not in reserve, but total stored. So it won't be too much of an issue. So let's actually upgrade a few more of these huts around the original island. Our central community here, hopefully, I know I'm using a lot of our resources right away, but it shouldn't be too much of an issue. We'll get the resources back pretty quickly. But once they're up, they should be more efficient, they should be working better, and we'll be able to upgrade everything else as well. So we're going to want to be careful with what we're upgrading. Eventually we're going to upgrade some of these fields as well. In fact, we can't actually upgrade them just yet. I'm assuming that's going to be with the cooking upgrade. We'll actually head back to the other island, see how people are doing over here. Now that we have 107, we want to do clothing soon. So why won't we find any more green research? So why can't we get any more of these? Okay, so as we're looking through to try and figure out why we can't get any more green research, which seems to be one of the biggest issues, we came across a new discovery apparently. So let's figure out what it says. As the population of your town is growing, your peeps' expectations will start to grow too. When you reach certain thresholds, 60, 120, 180, and 240 peeps, you'll accumulate a happiness penalty, which you can offset by supplying your peeps with more and better things to make them happy. Better food and drink and other nice things. You can see where your island's population is compared to the thresholds in the peep info drop down in the top bar. Now go and improve the lives of your peeps. So it looks like we have a few people going on here. It shouldn't be too much of an issue. Again, we got to figure out. So it says no red technology available, which is strange. We're going to want to figure that out right away. One of the required resources is not available on this island. You need to make it here or ship it in. So we're going to have to figure out how to make more of this red technology and make more of the green technology. So that's probably going to be the next goal of what we're going to be trying to do. Looks like we have the ability to get a wood generator as well, so we're going to get that built soon. And it looks like we have a few other things, a port, a shipwright, and we can get some of those bridges built. And it looks like we have houses that we can build rather than building those huts early on. We can actually just build houses right away, and we'll get those built as soon as possible. So it looks like we have a lot of components here that we want to increase, so we can get the pollution cleaner. We can do that pretty soon, but I do want to figure out how to get the clothing first, which we'll have to get the glass work. We'll have to do that in the next episode since we've already gone for quite a while in this one. So it looks like we're going to leave off this episode after expanding to this second island. We upgraded the first island a bit. We got rid of some of those huts. We made them into houses. We finished upgrading and expanding our ship, expanded to a new island, and started colonizing it there. And now that we've actually started colonizing it, we're going to have to figure out how to acquire these new resources like oil, and how to get new research and make our lives of peeps a bit better before we start exploring the next island after that. If you stayed till the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. If you think that I did something wrong, let me know in the comments down below. If you like what I'm doing, leave a comment down below either way. Thanks for watching to the end of this video, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.